Now that we are here, let us continue from where we stopped. Okay, what we are going to do today is product rule and quotient rule. But before then, let's recap a little. Now, we said that if you have y given as a function, let's say x raised power n, we said that the y dx is given as n x n raised power 1. So what I'm saying is n is going to multiply the function, and the power of n reduces by 1. For example, if I have y is equal to 2x raised power 5, this simply means that the y dx is going to be equal to 5 times 2x, then 5 reduced by 1. That simply means you have 10x raised power 4 is my dy dx, or simply y prime. Now, one more thing I want to state here is that if you are given something like, let's say y is equal to x raised power 7 minus 1, and you're asked to find dy dx, the answer is going to be 7x raised power 6 minus 0, which is something like 7x raised power 6. Why? Is because this number is called a constant. A number that does not have a letter attached to it, or a number which is not multiplying any letter, is said to be a constant. Now, as a result of that, the derivative of any constant with respect to x is always 0. So this is what we did, and many more in the first part. If you have much time, you can always go back and check it so that you can come back. For those of you who are in university and with students who want to write them, let's keep going. Let's start with the first for today's class, which is product rule. And under product rule, let's assume you have a function given as y is equal to u multiplied by v. When I said this is the dot product, which is multiplication, and you're asked to find the dy dx, or the gradient, the dy dx is going to be given as u dv dx plus v du dx. I want to stress a particular thing. Whether you have it this way, or you have that v comes first, the u with respect to x, plus u dv with respect to x, it is a commutative compound or factor or expression. It will always be the same. Now, let's go with one simple example. If I have y is equal to x raised power 2 on bracket 3x plus pi. Now, this is the function or expression you are giving, and you are asked to find the y dx. Alright, you see, it's very simple if you can pay a little more attention than it before. You will realize that from this function, we see that there is one thing and there is another thing. Now, these two things are multiplying themselves. When two things multiply themselves, we say that they are what? Products. That means this particular function is multiplying another function. Now, for that reason, you need to be a little careful in handling such kind of function. See what you did. You pick the first, the one in yellow. This one in yellow, I'm going to say u is equal to x squared. Now, the next thing is, whenever you have u equal to x squared, like I said in the first part, you need to now say the u with respect to what? X. And this is going to be 2x. You're done for v, you're done for u, and you are done for u dv. Just like we have u du dv, du dx here. We have found our du dx. Now, the next thing is v is equal to what? The next one in red bracket will be for v, which is 3x plus 5. Now, you're having a function of v with respect to x. Therefore, you're going to say that dv of the x is equal to 3. That is the derivative. Now, that is not enough. The next thing you're going to do is to plug them into any of these equations that we have here. They'll give you the same answer. So what I'm going to do is I will say that y prime, which is something like y dx, is equal to, first one is u, and the u is x squared. dot. The second one is the v dx, and the v dx is just then plus. The second one here is v dot. The u dx is 2x. Oh, sorry. When I said v, I am not saying the one letter. I'm saying the function, that what v is called. So v was called 3x plus 5. So this is 3x plus 5. So I will shield it in brackets since it's more than one thing. Multiply by du dx. Du dx is same thing as 2x. Now we have to express, clear these things and get them tidy. To have y prime is equal to 3x squared plus 6x squared plus 10x. Now what I did was to take this 2x, multiply this first one, it gave me 6x squared. To take this same one, multiply this 5, it gave me 10x. So at the same thing, we say that the u prime y prime is the same thing as 9x squared plus 10x. This is how product rule is handled, and it doesn't matter what you are given. All you need to do is, out of the two functions that we are given, you need to let one to be u and then the other one to be v. For any u, you must differentiate with respect to x, and for any v, you must also differentiate with respect to x. Alright, let me say if I want to test you, because you can't just be in my class, watch and not try something. Does it really make sense? We're in the task. So has finished teaching what he taught. The next thing is to give you something that is similar to try. So I will check if you're following. So let me say that y is equal to x plus 4 and then x squared minus 1. Somebody should now say, oh, this one is harder. The same process, same approaches must be applied. So I'm going to say that u is equal to x plus 4. Therefore, the x is equal to 1, comma, then v is equal to x squared minus 1. Now the x is equal to 2x, and minus 1 is a constant, should be 0. So I'll go back to my equation, which is y prime is given as u dv dx plus v du dx. Now let's go. Y prime is something as u. What is u? U is x plus 4. This is x plus 4. I would have liked you to pause the video and try. That is what I was supposed to say, but then let's keep going. The v dx. What is the v dx? Which is 2x plus. The next is v. What is v? V is x squared minus 1. Now the u dx is just 1.1. So you clear the fraction. You have a y prime equals 2x multiply here is going to be 2x squared, then plus 8x. This is plus x squared minus 1. So y prime is going to be 2x squared plus 1x squared. It's going to give me 3x squared. Then this is going to be plus 8x minus 1. This is the answer. All right. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, let's talk about quotient rule. But before the quotient rule, I would like you to try this and tell me what your answer is on the comment section. Can you try? What should I give you now? Okay, let me give you one hard one. If you're given y equal to x cubed in brackets x squared plus 2, tell me what the derivative of this is in the comment section. We'll be waiting. All right, let's look at the portions. When we talk about quotients, it's a little different because a function y is given as u is dividing v. Now, for this reason, we say that y prime is equal to v dot u prime minus u dot v prime all over v squared. So when I say u prime, I mean du dx. When I say v prime, I mean v dv dx. So it can also be given as this. Let me put it so that it will not confuse anybody. So this is v du dx minus u dv over dx. all over v squared. Now, I want to sound this little warning to those of you, my friends. You must start with v. It's not going to be the same with the product where I say that it can be u or v, but this must be v. Why? Because this is the denominator, and we are looking at the fraction, this function, as something that is like the proper fraction, whereby the denominator must be bigger than the denominator, because we are dealing with subtraction, so that we are going to have a positive function instead of more of a negative function. So that is the essence, and that is why we always insist that v, which is the denominator, should start first. Now, let us look at one simple question that will make us apply this principle very well. Let's start with a very simple one. Y is equal to s squared plus 3 all over x. Now I'm going to start by saying that let v equal to x. That simply means that d prime is just 1. And let u becomes x squared plus 3. Then u prime is just going to be 2x squared. So v is x multiplied by u prime. U prime is 1, just 2x, minus, where is u? U is x squared plus 3, all in bracket, dot. What is v prime? V prime is just 1. All divided by v. V is what? V is x. Now, it's going to be x squared. So in everything we go from what I saw, I had x squared minus 3. Then it's going to be all over x squared. There is nothing else I'm going to do now, and this is central to y over the x or y prime. Okay. Alright, I'm going to give you one to try. So try this. Have y is equal to x raised by 3 all over x plus 5. Tell me what you got on the comment section. Alright, so we go to the next. Okay, so this is what we have for between product rule and quotient rule. Our time so far is about 15. So now what I'm going to do is a little more analysis. Let's assume you were given something like this. This kind of question is combined. They give me y in equal to x squared bracket 3x plus 1 all over x minus 3. I would like you to pause the video and try to solve. Okay, let's assume you've tried to go through the answer. Now let me solve to see what I'm going to have. So in this case, I'm going to first open this bracket. I'm going to have 3x cubed plus x squared all over x minus 2. Now I can now use this as product rule. As quotient rule. So I'm going to have that u is given as 3x cubed plus x squared. Therefore, u prime is going to be equal to 9x squared plus 2x. Good. So I'm going to say that v is equal to x minus 2. That means v prime is going to be 1. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to sub them into the formula we already know. The formula starts with v, u prime minus u, d prime all over d square is equal to y prime. So, what should I do? V starts. That is v. V is going to be x minus dot. What is u prime? U prime is the 9x squared plus 2x. The minus, remembering issue this one as well. Minus the next thing is u, both u. U is 3x cubed plus x squared and multiply by v prime. V prime is just 1. So everything is multiplied by 1. All over. Thank God. Not making that kind of mistake again. So we have x minus 2 all squared. So what do we do? How we need to do is to break down the whole thing. We need to break them down. So how do we break it down? It's very simple, right? Let us try on superimage. In my suffering, I'm going to use this x to multiply here. Use this to multiply this. So I'm going to help 9x cubed plus 2x squared. Then I'm using this 2 to multiply. Have minus 80x squared. Then minus 4x. So I'm opening this bracket, which is going to be minus 3x cubed minus x squared all over x minus 3 all squared. Alright, so what I'm going to do is to clear what needs to be cleared, because this and this are like terms. Okay? While the square, the one with square, we go with the one with square. Okay, all of them there with square. So we are collecting like terms. That is the essence. So 9x cubed minus 3x cubed is going to be 6x cubed. Now we have plus 2x squared, and that should be minus 18x squared. It is 16x squared. 16x squared, that is minus 16. I mean 2 minus 18 is minus 16. Minus 16 minus 1 is going to be minus 17x squared. So, and the final thing we have is this square, which is alone, which is, it does not have a like. So I'm bringing it down, which is minus 4x all over x minus 3 all raised to power 3. Everything is equal to y prime. Is there any more thing I'm going to do to break it down? No. I don't need to break this down. There is no need for suffering. So leave the answer like this. Thank you for being part of this class that you watched this point. I will always advise you try. I will always advise you try to hit the subscribe button. Even if your hand is paining you, just try it, Hit a little of the subscribe button and also try to share it. But before then, try this. Y is equal to x squared plus 7 all over x squared minus 1. If you can use the product rule or the quotient rule or whatever you think is the best to use to solve this, do that and tell me your answer on the comment section. Thank you, my very good friend, and have a special time.